All right, boxers, you received your instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, good luck.
Let's go, son.
Referee Harvey Dock, with 19 years pro experience, working his 344th professional bout. He is refereeing a Charlo fight for the 4th time. He's refereeing a Canelo fight for the 1st time. The bell, and we are underway. Charlo immediately takes the center of the ring. Canelo, in his 2 losses to Floyd Mayweather, Dimitri Bivol, comprehensively outboxed, has issues with fighters who utilize the ring, chew up the real estate, use their boxing skills.
The speed, the power, the movement, everything. So we wouldn't expect to see some torrid pace from him. We'll see whether Jermell Charlo wants to be more offensive early in this fight.
Yeah, it's known that Canelo usually takes the first couple of rounds to collect data, but again, this is when Charlo has to take advantage, steal those rounds, and also, make your power be respected right away. Make Canelo feel your power.
Of course, a much different kind of fighter for Charlo than he faced in his last 2 fights. A volume-punching Brian Castano, and certainly not as powerful as Canelo, but somebody who throws a lot of punches.
And Canelo trying to cut off the ring against Charlo, who's utilizing the strategy all the experts said he should utilize. A lot of movement, side to side. Trying to establish the jab. There it is, blocked by the glove of Canelo.
Yeah, again, but
Canelo loading up on that left hook, and that is something we've seen over the past 3 fights. One of the reasons that he has faded is that he loads up on every punch and has really, at times, abandoned an effective jab.
Yeah, recently Canelo just used himself. And again, that's because Charlo's not throwing an effective jab, and Canelo's able to, just come in.
And one of the things about that hook, though, he wants to use that hook to keep Charlo from moving in that direction. So we'll see him use that hook, and it might look a little wide sometime to affect the movement of Charlo.
There's the jab, and one of the areas both fighters want to avoid, the ropes. And Charlo's found himself there momentarily on a couple of occasions. Now forced to back up as well, maybe trying to set a trap, as he's known as a good counterpuncher as well, but Canelo's an explosive counterpuncher.
Yeah, and that's Charlo certainly doesn't want to be caught on those ropes.
And you know what he likes to slip and what he likes to counter the most is the jab. So, I mean, we haven't seen much of it with Charlo right now.
Wow. Those show stats leave something to be desired.
Yeah, very calm first round. Only 23 punches thrown overall. Let's take a look at the keys to victory for these 2 men. For Canelo, cut off the ring, and we saw him trying to do that with the early movement of Charlo. Wants to go to the body early, he did that. He wants to slow Charlo down, and the left hook. And we saw flashes of that over the course of that first round. We'll see him double with that punch. For Jermell Charlo, the lateral movement, we saw that. Pick up the volume. He's only been averaging about 40 punches per round as a pro. He needs to do more, and he's got to take Canelo deep and hope that perhaps some of the issues he's sometimes had with stamina might play a role in this fight.
Well, the 2 passions in Mexico when it comes to sports, you got soccer, you got boxing. After round 1, we've got a soccer score, 1-1. 1 punch landed for Canelo, 1 punch landed for Charlo.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a slow start. Things will perk up here, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely feel that round. But again, I want to see a little bit more jab from Charlo. I mean, the way that Canelo lost, the fight against Bivol and Mayweather is because they kept him busy with the punches from the outside, jabbed. straight punches, and Charlo's letting Canelo go too easy.
Canelo loading up with the right and left, partially blocked, but as we stated earlier tonight, Canelo loves to attack your arms, your shoulders. Remember what happened to Callum Smith, just suffered the biceps injury.
Yeah, you know, Canelo's has cut the distance and been able to throw some of these power punches too early for Charlo's liking. This, you know, he's
too early.
He's getting those punches semi-home earlier than I'm sure Charlo would like to see.
Canelo told us that we would see a return to form, that he would go back to cutting off the ring, the stalking pressure, the incredible power, and the ability to change a fight on a dime. Here's Charlo now firing back from distance, but still along the ropes, moving to his right, goes to the body with the left hook, being muscled by Canelo.
And that's something we haven't seen opponents do against Canelo. Work the body, rip the body. You get the opportunity, you take it.
Oh, instead it's Canelo ripping to the body with a right hand.
You know, Canelo told us he feels healthy for this fight. The nagging injuries have not been bothering him, and he feels like his preparation and the ways approaching this fight is much better. We'll see if that's the case.
At the high altitude, I mean, he says he's in top shape for this. You're not going to see him tired like we've had in the past. And I mean, he's really strong. He started really strong in this round.
The jab at a premium. A minute left in the second. There's the jab from Charlo, blocked by the high guard, the peekaboo guard of Canelo. Comes forward, digs to the body, and left hook to the liver. Julio Cesar Chavez in attendance will appreciate that. And there's a right hand, but again, Canelo every punch.
Yeah, Charlo's showing too much respect. Again, you got to let him feel your power too. He's not letting his hands go.
Minute remaining in round number 2.
Canelo just looks too strong right now.
And of course, this is early on, and we don't know how those punches are impacting Charlo, but he's getting home with some of those in a way that certainly Charlo would not have liked.
How hard Canelo hits him.
Yeah.
If those shots are landing, trust me, they're hurting Charlo.
Yeah.
Here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, it's family night at the fights. Floyd Mayweather, the Hall of Famer. Of course, he taught Canelo a valuable boxing lesson when Canelo was 23 years old.
He still has the right going, but he looks a little slow. Keep blocking it, keep blocking it. Just keep going with the jab, and he's going to try to get you up top. So keep blocking, 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 and when you have him close, then you hit him there. And then you hit him over there. Just keep blocking, and when you have the distance, then try the right hand.
Taking a page from George Foreman, standing Canelo Álvarez in between rounds.
Eddie Reynoso, his trainer. Jermell Charlo, trained by Derek James, as we begin round number 3. There's the jab and the busy left hand from Charlo.
Canelo normally lands 46% of all his power punches, which is the 5th best of all the champions. And very early in this match, he's landing 41%, though certainly it's a smaller sample size because it's early, but the punches are getting in, the power punches.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing a lot of the old Canelo, especially with those body shots. I mean, he's a guy that likes to rip in the body, but also go out and throw power shots early on, single shots, and that's what he's doing right now against Charlo.
Charlo looking for that left hook. Changes levels, and now they clinch.
And you kind of get the idea here that part of the Charlo game plan is to hold when Canelo's on the inside so that he can't muscle you or work, but it also means Charlo won't be able to do much work in there himself.
Coming in the between them, Charlo got that right hand from Canelo. And of all the fighters ranked by the ring, Canelo, he's had the most fights. This is his 64th professional fight. Has been a professional for nearly 2 decades, starting at the age of 15. 475th round as a professional compared to 259th round, this round 3 for Charlo. And Canelo has never been down.
Well, the interesting thing, they're exactly the same age at 33.
Yeah, in fact, Canelo, 2 months younger than Charlo.
Yeah, definitely one of the toughest chins in boxing. Canelo's only been hurt once that I can remember against Cotto's brother, younger brother. That was years ago.
There's Charlo throwing the uppercut on the inside. He's got a good uppercut, and they're hoping that punch, when Canelo Álvarez leans in, can be effective for him. We'll see if it can be.
But they're single shots from Charlo. He's got to throw more. He's got to keep busy with the straight punches. Keep Canelo busy. Keep him entertained with the jab.
Stay off those ropes as Charlo comes back with the jab, but forced to back up again. Oh, lead left hook. Cuffs Charlo, and now Canelo measuring them. There's a nice sharp jab splitting the guard, but Charlo unable to keep Canelo off him despite throwing the jab, and Canelo continues to go to the body. We are through 3 rounds. All Canelo.
Well, Canelo Álvarez getting power shots home. Now he's using that left hook to keep Charlo in front of him, and it worked right there. And it allowed him to get the right hand home. And then we talked about Charlo trying to land this uppercut. It's an important punch for him to try. He missed. He's going to try and get that punch in.
Jab, pop, body shot. Yeah, change it down, uppercut. Right. You gotta keep your mind straight. Keep your focus, Jay. Listen, you see the punch coming, you're waiting on the entry.
Hey, let's go, guys. Let's go.
Don't wait on the entry. Don't wait on the entry.
It's the beginning of the 4th session, scheduled for 12. Canelo's undisputed super middleweight championship up for grabs. And he begins to again stalk Jermell Charlo.
Another thing that Canelo does, and I don't know if you guys notice, is that he hits the shoulders a lot. So he breaks you that a lot.
Talked about what he did to Callum Smith and what he likes to do throughout his career. Wear you down.
And it's worth noting that this kind of start, him kind of really controlling all these rounds, isn't always characteristic of Canelo, because we talked about him taking some time to figure things out. He's been offensive-minded, really almost from the get-go.
Nice counter left hook there by Charlo.
Yeah. And the left hook,
in the guard of Canelo by Charlo.
Canelo Álvarez told us the left hook of Charlo, he knows, is a very good weapon, so he's wary of it, and he got hit with one.
And Canelo's left hook is a very good weapon, back to back. And boy, Canelo keeping Charlo in front of him. Using the hook and the right and the body shots to just freeze him momentarily. Keep him in his sights, Abner, as Charlo trying to fire off the jab, trying to get back into this fight.
Yeah, and just when Charlo was about to, we tried, he was letting off the hands. Here, a hard shot from Canelo to just stop him.
At 33, and we mentioned all of the accolades, all of the experience, and what Canelo's been through his last 3 fights. He is in vintage form here early tonight.
Yeah, offensively, it's a much sharper beginning than he's had recently, for sure.
And he wanted to prove a point. Here's a guy who has generational wealth. The big, nice right hand by Canelo. Pound for pound, one of the best fighters on the planet, the biggest star, and yet got caught there with the left hand that momentarily shook off. But, Canelo still motivated despite everything he's earned and wanting to prove a point here tonight.
mention that, neither man is a big volume puncher, but, Canelo's getting more done with his volume. They're both throwing in the 30s in terms of punches. They usually both average right around 40. But Canelo's getting more done offensively with those 40-ish punches.
Canelo making those power shots count. 20 seconds left here in the fourth. And another left hook to the body by the undisputed super middleweight champion. Double jab from Charlo, but unable to follow up, and then eats a stiff jab from Canelo.
Charlo on the ropes, throwing and landing a couple of jabs. One of them got in very well, and you can see this was the overhand right that landed. It didn't land quite perfectly, but it did get there. And of course, those are just the kind of right hands that he's hoping will really hurt Jermell Charlo. And later on, again, he's kind of in that posture on the ropes, that partially blocked, and that's the uppercut attempt by Charlo. And he's trying to get that in when Álvarez is leaning into him, but he's not making it work so far.
Don't get overconfident, okay? We're doing well.
Canelo conceded to us that he said, yeah, I think Charlo's faster than me, and gave him his props and said, hey, he'd probably be, growing into the 168-pound weight class. Like, remember what Charlo is attempting to do here. Canelo's already done, moving up to light heavyweight from 160 to dethrone Sergey Kovalev, what Charlo calls Canelo's best win, but that speed has not been on display, in that left hook, though, found its mark for Canelo.
Key number here is that Canelo has thrown 50 jabs in this fight and has landed a couple of more than Charlo. That's important because it's helping him work his way in to throw some of those power punches.
And I believe it was against Bivol where he landed only 10.
Yeah, think about that. And he's landed 15 tonight. Good point, Mauro. Very good point.
Yeah, Charlo hasn't been able to find the distance or, maintain, the range where he wants to keep Canelo. Canelo just getting in too easy. Again, Charlo not throwing the jab enough. Just beautiful work from Canelo to the body.
Compound interest to the body. I mean, those left hooks, right hands, they're all loaded up power shots. And Charlo beginning to move again, and there's a sharp jab by Charlo. Canelo allowing him to escape.
And that's always been the thing with fighters. Fighters, they come into a fight, they say, we're going to box Canelo throughout the whole fight. But, it's easier said than done.
Well, Canelo told us, when everybody feels my power, they are surprised.
Yeah.
Left uppercut by Charlo, but single shot, and continues to absorb body shots. And that jab that is definitely back in the arsenal of Canelo in this fight.
Now, having said all this, Jermell Charlo has, at least to this point, not buckled under any of those power punches, at least now. But, you don't want to keep absorbing them, that's for sure.
Charlo's been down once against Charlie Bellamy. That was back in May of 2013. Fight he bounced right back up and went on to handily defeat. And again, the laid left hook to the body, the patented shot, the liver shot.
At this point, Charlo doesn't know where the punches are going. Canelo fakes the body and it hits right top.
With his best combinations.
Yeah, that flash of 15 seconds there is exactly the way Jermell Charlo wishes things would go. And they added the counter left hook.
And yet, Canelo continues to walk forward, unloads the right hand.
Álvarez walking him down and leading off with the left hook. And, you know, he got that left hook in as a lead-off punch, which is demonstrating how good his offense has been. But there were some good moments for Jermell Charlo in that last round. There's a counter left hook, and then after that, he would get him reel off a couple of good combinations as well. So there was some offensive life for Charlo in that round.
When you decide to get it, you don't get it. You get it a couple times. Be consistent the whole round. Win the whole round. Stay focused. He ain't got nothing. You see it, right? Let's go. Pick it up.
Whether or not he won round 5, a much better round for Jermell Charlo as we begin round at number 6.
It seems like he's getting into, you know, some kind of rhythm right now, Charlo. And when he lets his hands go, I mean, Canelo's there to be hit.
Well, Charlo landed a fight high 9 punches in the 5th, but not enough as Canelo landed 14. Nice jab.
And, you know, Jermell Charlo, we don't know. Listen, I'm not even going to presume to say I think I know what's going on with scoring, because clearly tonight I haven't.
Tonight?
Yeah, maybe
the
frequently.
Entire history of the sport.
Yeah, but Jermell Charlo has, in other fights, had issues in earlier rounds and bailed himself out with good finishes, especially with good power. The question is, will his power be a big factor tonight as this fight goes on? We'll find out.
Well, so far it doesn't seem like the power is there for Charlo. I mean,
not yet,
definitely
no.
not keeping Canelo off of him. The punches that Charlo's landed so far has done nothing to Canelo, and that's why he's just walking in forward. Again, you know, we knew that Charlo's power probably won't be as powerful as Canelo's, but I mean,
and Canelo back to cutting off the ring well.
The Charlo power could make itself felt if there is fatigue by Canelo Álvarez later, but that's down the road in this fight.
That's from Charlo the lane. Straight, nice jab from Canelo.
And some of those overhand rights, not quite getting there, but again, the point is they hit you somewhere, and it's not good to be absorbing them.
A minute left in the first half of this undisputed super middleweight championship fight. Nice left hook by Canelo.
A double left hook to the body and to the head.
Sharp jab, popping the head back up. Charlo finds himself on the ropes again, trying to fight back. 3-punch combination, changing levels and clinches. And immediately Canelo back on the front foot, back on putting the pressure, but Charlo trying to stave him off with the jab, utilizing some lateral movement.
See, Álvarez trying to really doing a pretty good job of cutting the ring off at this juncture.
He was always very good at it in the last 3 fights, but it's keeping Charlo in the danger zone. Left hook to the body, good head movement there by Canelo, again avoiding the counter attack from Charlo. Charlo.
Talk about can Canelo cut this ring off, and you see there he goes, cutting off the movement of Charlo. Very good job there, and what it led to was ultimately him getting some punches in and not letting Charlo completely. There he gets him on the rope. Not everything lands. He gets one body punch in, but later on in the round with Charlo against the ropes, Álvarez is going to uncork an overhand right here, I think. Yeah. And it doesn't land perfectly. It's on the gloves, but this is the kind of mauling action on the inside that, you know, he's pushing Charlo back, and some of those punches are landing better. He had some good offensive work at other times in that round.
All right, we begin the second half of this undisputed 168-pound championship fight. Canelo defending against the, well, until the opening bell tonight was the undisputed 154-pound champion. Jermell Charlo just eats another jab. Nice right, curling behind the guard of Charlo. Let's bring in Steve Farhood.
Mo, it's been mostly Canelo. I did give Charlo the 5th round. I thought he landed the more effective shots. It was a close round, but otherwise, Canelo punching to the body and that overhand right that goes around the guard of Charlo has been effective as well. He's cutting off the ring well, so I have Canelo ahead 59-55 at the halfway mark.
And Canelo doing a way better job of, definitely cutting off the ring, but jabbing his way inside. Most of the times he would just hook his way over.
Charlo down for the second time in his career. Canelo has a cannon of a right hand. Uncorks it again, another right hand to the forehead of Charlo, forced to clinch. Adversity in round 7 for Jermell Charlo. Finds himself in the corner. Canelo unloading the right. Left hook behind the guard by Charlo. Charlo lands another left hook, but Canelo keeps walking forward, eats a jab, but is not keeping him off Charlo. Charlo trying to fight back after taking a knee in the round, and that right hand has produced some highlight reel knockouts in Canelo's career.
And the granite chin of Canelo Álvarez serving him well, because even when Charlo's landing good power counter punches, it's not affecting him, and he's able to walk right through it.
Right uppercut on the inside by Canelo, backing Charlo to the ropes. Under 30 seconds left in the 7th. Another solid right hand by Canelo.
Come on, you hit him in the hip. Let's go.
What a way to recover from Charlo, really, because that was a hard right hand.
Yeah, the fact that Charlo's even in the hunt here and making a few good things happen in this round is actually kind of remarkable. Well, some very good right hands have landed in this fight, and this one is the one that did the big damage with a knockdown.
Measure.
Perfect straight right hand. And all that uppercut there, and that's what made Charlo take the knee. He made a tactical decision almost to say, okay, I have got to put a timeout. And here it is again. You're going to see it's a straight right hand. And I think Charlo was expecting, Abner, a wider right hand.
He was. Canelo double jabbed his way in, and it seemed like it was going to come wide, but it came straight as a right hand, and he wasn't able to catch it.
Yeah, he really thought that was going to be wide.
It seemed like he was trying to and catch the right hand, overhand right.
So a minute into round 7, Charlo forced to take a knee after a straight right hand and an uppercut from Canelo. There's an uppercut to kick off round number 8, and a right hand to the body by Canelo. Double jab through the guard from Charlo. Needs to do more of that and follow up with the right.
Yeah, you got to do more than just the jab.
Oh, nice little left uppercut on the inside.
And in a way, try to read Canelo's overhand right, because he loads up on that. So if you can counter it, I mean, that would be great for Charlo.
A visual reminder that being a 10-8 round, it puts Charlo presumably, and that's unofficial scoring, of course, in a bigger hole.
Canelo continues to keep Charlo guessing, trying to utilize the lateral movement, but doing a great job of cutting off the ring and keeping Charlo in harm's way. Charlo trying to come back, but unable to get on track, unable to really develop any kind of rhythm from the smothering pressure of Canelo.
You know, the theory was that if Charlo could get Canelo Álvarez into the 9th, 10th rounds, and in theory, if Canelo Álvarez was a little fatigued or he showed a little bit of that, he could get something done. But the problem is, in addition to a knockdown, we believe many of those rounds went against Charlo. So you may be getting him into these later rounds, but not in the position you wanted if you're Charlo.
Right, but even then, there's no sense of Canelo getting tired.
No, there isn't.
There's definitely no signs.
There's not, but that was the theory.
Yeah.
Left hook to the body. Yeah, going in, you're right.
Yeah, that was the idea.
That's why Canelo uprooted and moved to the high altitude of Truckee, California. There's a left hook across the temple, but Canelo digs down deep, rips a shot. There's a right hand that lands for Charlo.
Yeah, 14-week training camp for Canelo Álvarez. He brought his family up there. He said, I love what I'm doing. And he said, it was a joy to me to go up there and train so hard, and apparently he's done it.
And it's almost like Charlo doesn't let his hands go, you know, because he's afraid of the counter punching.
Yep, I agree. You know, Charlo's had a couple of good offensive moments in this round, but, you know, they don't seem like enough to be winning a round.
The way Canelo just sits on those punches, just so much power, so much force behind him.
And that's what has led to him fading recently because of the fact he throws everything with bad intentions, but has been able to maintain here and now trying to keep Charlo corralled. Charlo single shots and force back to the ropes again. Canelo trying to frame him and measure him, delivering body shots at the end of round number 8.
You know, Canelo Álvarez, when they're in center of the ring, he's still landing big shots. I was going to say before we even showed this replay, you know, mostly Jermell Charlo has been susceptible to left hooks in his career. Tonight he's been hit more with right hands, but here's Canelo doing the one thing that we have known Charlo has been susceptible to, a big left hook.
He's a good fighter too, so just don't be overconfident. Don't neglect the defense. Let's go. Breathe deep. Nice and closed. Hit a couple of punches and then come in and nice and close.
Time. Over there. Hold on, let me see that. Let me just get this right here, thanks. Yeah, that's all.
It's worth noting now that Jermell Charlo, let's remember, is fighting this fight 12 pounds heavier than he has ever fought before, so we don't know what impact that'll have on him as this fight wears on.
So far, he's taking, you know, some hard shots from Canelo and taking them well. And obviously, you know, the fact that he is, you know, 2 weight classes above the weight class that he normally fights. But I was expecting a little bit more speed from Charlo.
Well, again, that's why I bring up the weight, too. And his own trainer, Derek James, wanted to be a little lighter so he'd have the speed. He felt it was important to be heavier.
Charlo opening up on Canelo, gets countered with the jab.
When he throws those combinations, Charlo has landed some shots.
And that's really what we've seen in the past is guys who overwhelm Canelo, just throw punches and bunches, have opportunities.
And so
but
Bivol did that very well.
Very well.
Yeah, Mayweather, I mean, the fighters that keep Canelo at reach, entertained with the punches, straight punches and movement, and make it hard for Canelo. But
there haven't been too many of those guys. Only a couple.
And if they do, they try for maybe 2-3 rounds, and then, you know, the pressure from Canelo is just too much.
And Triple G with really good combination work as well.
Speed, Charlo was perceived to have nice right uppercut on the inside by Canelo. Those body shots are slowing him down punch by punch. 1.5 minutes left in the 9th. Man, hard jab by Canelo. Now overhand right that lands.
You just don't know when that overhand is going to come.
it's not overwhelming volume here, but what's big landing is coming from Canelo Álvarez. Well, there's Charlo doing some good offensive work.
Yeah, but you want to follow up that body shot, right? Right hand, he was there for it.
Yeah, he couldn't follow up at all.
But again, no, he's not. He doesn't want to take the risks. And I can see why, of course.
There's a lead left hook curling behind the guard of Canelo by Charlo. Lot of shot by Charlo. The most important combo.
I'm sorry, Mo. The most important punch now could be a Charlo left hook that makes some kind of difference. We don't expect him to knock Canelo Álvarez out with a punch or with one punch, but a left hook, and he lands good ones that could make a difference and slow him up. Because it would likely be the hook.
One punch combination that forced Charlo to evacuate. Canelo Álvarez comprehensively outboxing Jermell Charlo.
There was a moment in this round where we saw what we've seen in flashes, and that is combinations from Charlo. Double jab, goes hook. Now, they didn't get in, but what happened was he was at least throwing them, and he snuck in an uppercut, snuck in a nice right hand. And why did those last couple punches happen? Because he threw the combinations preceding it. And then yet another big uppercut landing from Canelo Álvarez as Charlo is kind of languishing on the ropes. And Charlo holding, which he has done on the inside.
Round number 10. Immediately Canelo pops off the jab. Charlo fires one back. But it's the pressure of Canelo, the short steps forward through the jabs of Charlo. Backing Charlo up yet again to the ropes and hits him with a jab.
So here's a remarkable number. While Jermell Charlo is 3-1-1 in 12-round fights, Canelo is 15-2-2 in 12-round fights. That's pretty extraordinary. That's a lot of 12-round fights for a career.
Yeah, these fighters definitely carry their power, to these later rounds. And Canelo again not showing any fatigue, being the 10th round, definitely great condition that he's in.
That was a big uppercut.
Right uppercut by Canelo in the corner, and again Charlo backing up, gets nailed with the jab.
Jermell Charlo, let's give him this prop. He's showing toughness in taking these power punches from a guy 2 divisions above him right now. And he went down, but he's not out, and that's just something for his fortitude and courage.
Yeah, and especially this late in the fight, a lot of people, thought that this fight might have been, ended any sooner, but no, this is the 10th round. Charlo's still moving, still, throwing some punches, but again, Canelo just with the power.
Good counter left hook by Canelo. Loads up on the right. Canelo has Charlo ropes again here. Bounces one off Charlo's shoulder. Just trying to wear Charlo down.
And that jab leading into it. 150 jabs thrown by Canelo. He has out-jabbed Charlo in terms of landing jabs, and that's a really big headline.
Almost 2-1.
Yeah, and it's helped him with all these power punches. So
yeah, he's 47 of 151 right now, while Charlo 28 of 232, and there's a double left from Charlo.
And again, not a lot of combinations from Canelo, just single shots, heavy shots definitely.
Yeah. Well, there he just landed a beautiful right hand, but trying to hurt Canelo is not an easy task. One of the best chins certainly in recent years in boxing.
Listen, Jay, you got to go all out. Go all out. Work behind the stick. You ain't got to back up. Push him back this round. Only move when you got to move. Back him up. And this when you shoot a shot, he go do this. Keep hitting him. You don't watch him. You watching him box you. You got to be listening, Jay. You got to go get it. You're going to lose the fight. You're losing the fight. What do you want to do? But then you got to fight him. You got to listen. Hands up. You see everything he's throwing. When he shoot a shot, you counterpunch his shit. Listen. You can stop him. Don't stop him. Don't stop him. He's tired now. Shoot a shot in the middle. Everything's straight down the pipe. You move and shoot the 1-2. Shoot the 1-2 down the middle. 1-2, 1-2. You got to go get it, man.
Round 11, sense of urgency in the Charlo corner. Trainer Derek James says you got to go after it. Push him back. Easier said than done against a guy like Canelo. Putting on this inexorable pressure.
And yeah, look, I mean, that was really good what he told him. I mean, the 1-2, 1-2 jab, straight punches, what I've been saying, you know, for Charlo to throw. They don't have to be powerful. They don't have to go with power. But as long as you keep Canelo entertained, you know, you're going to be able to land. A lot of lateral movement from Charlo, but no punches.
Canelo is a clinch.
You know, the goal of Canelo Álvarez was to go to the body early, and he certainly did that. It hasn't stopped all the movement of Jermell Charlo, but it certainly has had an impact on him.
According to unofficial score of Steve Harhood, he has given 1 round to Jermell Charlo. It's been all Canelo Álvarez, comprehensively out fighting Charlo, but Charlo trying to fight back, but Canelo continues to just pour on the pressure, and he'll do this every round, every minute, if you allow him.
You know, he normally lands, I said, 46% of his power punches. He's doing other than the jab. He's around 40s at 39% in this fight, so he's not too far off the pace. And one of those punches created a knockdown.
Charlo just avoided that right uppercut from Canelo. Canelo stabs him in the chest with a jab.
Yeah, and he's overreaching a little bit too much now. Charlo's got to be careful.
1-2 through the guard. There's a jab popping Charlo's head back. He again finds himself on the ropes before clinching with Canelo. 45 seconds left in the penultimate round.
And this round has actually been one of the closer ones that we've seen, but, you know, whether Charlo's winning it is debatable, and of course just winning a singular round, we think, probably wouldn't impact this, but we don't know.
Body combination by Canelo, and there, right hand as Charlo threw the left hook. Chopping right hand by Canelo lands. Up jab by Canelo. Pop Charlo on the nose. 12th and final round is upon us.
Yeah, there was a punch that looked like it was actually going to do even more damage. A chopping right hand that he landed, but he was kind of going backwards as he landed. That was the only good news for Charlo. Had he been coming forward and had his right foot planted, that would have been a devastating punch. And then Charlo, in a bad position against the ropes, as he has been frequently in this fight, gets hit with another straight right hand. That wasn't a perfect punch, but it shows the watching. And for Jermell Charlo, of course, he is looking on, hoping his brother can find some lightning in the bottle here.
He was supposed to be in the ring against Canelo tonight. Personal issues scuttling that, and so for his twin brother, this is it. Now or never. 3 minutes left. Daring to be great. Jumping up 2 weight classes. Trying to knock off Canelo Álvarez. Round 12 is here, and just like every other round, it begins with Canelo putting on the pressure, though Charlo popped him with a nice jab momentarily, stopped him.
And it is important to remind people that Canelo Álvarez has never been stopped. He has never been down officially. And maybe, as Abner said, only stunned once that we for sure can remember.
Miguel Cotto's older brother back in the day. And, of course, Canelo said his favorite win was against Miguel Cotto when he became middleweight champion. Cotto, one of his idols. Of course, you look at his resume. I mean, luminaries up and down. It's incredible just how many championship fights. As I mentioned, this is his 24th World Championship fight.
And 23 times against former or current world champions as well. So
obviously the whole experience that Canelo has, and when at the press conference when they told him, Charlo told him, hey, you never seen a style like me, he kind of smirked, you know, and laughed like, believe me, I've seen every single style. And again, nothing new. Charlo wasn't able to you know, deliver the boxing that I thought he was going to give in this fight.
Well, he hasn't. Yeah, I'm sorry, Abner.
Unfortunately, I know. I mean, there's glimpses of him trying, but again, it's just Canelo's too strong.
He showed glimpses of it at various times, could not sustain it.
There are weight classes for a reason, a wise man once said.
True.
Little good big man beats the good little man. Although when we looked at this fight, we talked about Charlo having the same height and reach as Dimitri Bivol, the light heavyweight champion who beat Canelo. And Canelo said he would return to form, move camp to high altitude, and has from round 1 on, save for maybe round 5. Unofficial score, Steve Hart gave Charlo round 5, but Canelo putting it all together. Now in the final 45 seconds, the crowd here at T-Mobile Arena hoping that Canelo maybe has an opportunity to close the show. Meanwhile, Charlo trying to find a way.
Hook last right to the body is kind of an exclamation mark about the way things have gone here.
He stopped him with that body shot.
Yeah, I think that had a little bit of an impact on Jermell Charlo.
Definitely took some wind out of him, and again, Charlo just trying to end the round.
And this partisan crowd on its feet saluting Canelo Álvarez, who they believe is on his way to retaining the undisputed super middleweight championship.
Mutual respect shown in the ring. Both men showed respect for each other leading up to this fight. And Canelo Álvarez with one of his most consistently good performances from the beginning bell to the end.
No fading, no stamina issues in this fight tonight. The King.
And I think
saluting his constituents.
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of it had to do with him feeling healthy, feeling good, getting a terrific training camp in, and showing that at age 33, plenty left in the tank for Canelo Álvarez.
And I think that everything that Canelo wanted to show tonight, except perhaps a knockout, but you know, everything else, it was shown. No fatigue, definitely better defense, cutting off the ring. I mean, again, this is the Canelo that we love seeing and watching fight.
And for Jermell Charlo, showed the toughness and the grit of hanging in there during the course of this fight, showed glimpses of his offense, but it wasn't enough to sustain him to do enough offensively to win this fight. He still has many opportunities available to him down in his real weight class or another one.
Went down for just the second time in his career as we look at show stats, and the numbers all in favor of Canelo.
Yeah, and the 40% power punches landed that's everything other than the jab. It's a very good number, and the body shots, you look down there and you see 42 shots landed by Canelo, and it even felt like more, didn't it? Because they were such thudding blows, and that was, I think, a big part of the story.
And another thing that we didn't mention about Charlo, it's been a while since he last fought, so the activity definitely it's showing.
We mentioned it. Long, long layoff. Left hand. All right, let's get the official decision with Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, the judges are in agreement. We have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Steve Weisfeld, scores the bout 119 to 108. Judges David Sutherland and Max DeLuca both score the bout 118 to 109. All three in favor of the winner. And still, the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo Álvarez.
Canelo becomes the first man during the four-belt era to defend all four titles successfully 3 consecutive times. He has just recorded his 60th professional win. Canelo remains king. Here's Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much.
How are you, Jim?
Canelo, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm happy. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I love you guys. I love you so much. I love my family, my friend who comes from so far, so just to support me. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you. I love you all.
You were much stronger in this fight, Canelo. When did you recognize it? Immediately?
Huh?
You were much stronger in this fight. When did you recognize it?
No, I'm a strong fighter. All the time, with other fighters. I'm a strong man. This Canelo, nobody can beat this Canelo.
You made it a point throughout the fight tonight to go to the body.
Yeah.
Why did you concentrate so much on the body this evening?
We work for that. We work to work in the body. We know he's a great fighter. He knows how to move in the ring. And we work that in the gym for 3 months. For 3 months in the mountain, without my family, without everything. But I still love boxing. I love boxing so fucking much.
Why? Explain to the fans what it is you love.
Boxing is my life. Boxing makes me the person I am today. Boxing is my life. That's why I love so much boxing. And I love boxing that much because of my fans too. Thank you.
And boxing loves you. Let's take a look, if you will, Canelo, and tell us what happened in the 7th round when you were able to put Jermell down for just the 2nd time in his career.
You know, I work all the fight to go in the body, and then I change the punch, and that's what happened. When you change the punch, everything gone along.
And then he goes down to the knee.
Yeah.
Were you disappointed? Disappointed no knockout tonight?
No. I feel great. I think that's why we fight 12 rounds, right? If I don't get that knockout, I get 2 rounds to show I'm the best, right? I'm the better fighter. That's why it's 12 rounds to show who's the better, who's better.
You said you weren't yourself in the last 2 fights. Were you yourself tonight?
Yeah, this Canelo, nobody can beat this Canelo.
And when will we see this Canelo next? Cinco de Mayo against who?
Cinco de Mayo, whoever, I don't care. We want to see who's next.
Benavidez, perhaps?
I don't know, but I don't fucking care.
It's so great to be back with you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Terrific.
Let's celebrate with BMC, who is Viva Mexico, cabrones!
I've never said this to you.
Hey, respect, my friend, okay? Much respect for you. You're a great fighter. That's why you are on the spirit in your weight class, because you are a great fighter, man. My respect for you.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yeah.
Jermell.
Yeah.
How would you assess this evening?
I just felt like I wasn't me in there. I don't make excuses for myself, so it is what it is. Take my punches and roll with it. This boxing, you know. Hey, sometimes you win some, you lose some. It is what it is.
You showed an awful lot of respect, particularly early in this fight, and Was it because of the difference in weight class, or what can you describe to us was the difference?
Yeah, you know, truthfully, you can feel the difference in the weight. You know, I jumped up 14 pounds. You know, I'm undisputed in my weight division, so hey, I was daring to be great right now. And so, hey, you fall short sometimes, but you got to just keep on pushing. Hey, my road don't stop right here.
You took the risk. Will you now go back to 154?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think this morning I weighed like 172, 173. So I'll grandfather myself into this shit. It is what it is. Like I said, I'm proud of myself. He ain't knocked me out. He knocked all the other guys out. He hit me with some hard shots. I felt like I got mine off, but you know, hey, I'm the little Charlo and I represent that.
And would it be Tim Tszyu next, perhaps?
I guess the winner of him and Mendoza, whoever I got to fight. I'm down to fight whoever, you know. Hey, I want to fight Terrence Crawford. Fuck that. I could fight Terrence Crawford at my weight division. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I know he's somewhere around his joint.
He's over here.
Yeah. I'll fight Terrence Crawford. Yeah, let him fight Earl Spence or whatever they got going on. Get that out the way. I'm waiting. I'm about to get back right in training. Tell him don't worry about it.
Jermell, we appreciate your time. Thank you.
Respect.
Thank you. Same here. Back to you, Morrow.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. Plenty of royalty in that ring. King Canelo being feted by the Prince of Reggaeton, J Balvin, one of the biggest selling Latin artists. So a great way to cap off this weekend, National Hispanic Heritage Month, as King Canelo gives the crowd a victory, and a comprehensive one at that. Let's bring in Steve Farhood.
Call me.
Mo, no surprises here. We look at the official cards. Both Max DeLuca and David Sutherland gave Jermell Charlo the 5th and 9th rounds and nothing else. And Steve Weisfeld gave Jermell Charlo the 9th round and nothing else. And they all scored 10-8 in the 7th, which was the knockdown round where Charlo went down. My card, same thing. I gave Charlo the 5th. I did not give him the 9th. I gave him 1 round and had a 119-108, same total as Weisfeld. So comprehensive win for Canelo.
Well, a very consistent and great effort from the first bell to the last bell by Canelo Álvarez. The fact that he was healthy for this fight, he was able to get good training in, and the fact that hurting him is very hard shows that he's an offensive force.
And I like, what Charlo said at the end. He really had nothing to lose in this fight. If anything, he gained a lot because he showed that he had a lot of heart. He didn't go down like he said. He didn't get knocked down by Canelo. And now he's calling out the greatest, some other good fighters in Terrence Crawford and perhaps the winner of Tim Tszyu and Mendoza.
Canelo's mantra: no boxing, no life. Tonight, no problem. He remains undisputed. Let's go back to BC.
Yeah, congratulations to Canelo. And you guys pointed out, as Canelo told us, this is the first time in a while that he felt 100%, especially that surgically repaired left wrist. And as you see him being interviewed there by Mexican television, look, he said, this fight, I'm going to show Charlo, who's questioned my boxing skills, I am a superior boxer, and my power will be the difference. More importantly, I want to show everyone, pound for pound, I'm still the king of boxing. We captured some audio in the corner during this fight. We call it trainer tracks.
You can win around with a jab. You can win a fight with a jab. Keep popping the jab is going to open him up so you can shoot the right hand.
Just keep going with the jab, and he's going to try to get you up top. So keep blocking, and when you have him close, then you hit him there.
They can't fucking help you. Listen, keep your mind straight. Let your hands go. Shoot the stick. You open up the 1-2, shoot the shot. Are you tired? No. Well, then why you want to go? Keep the stick popping. You can jab, pop, shoot the body shots.
Just keep blocking, and when you have the distance, then try the right hand.
Are you going to be a puncher bag or not? No. So what is that on top of the head? Listen, he's too slow. All right, keep the stick popping, and you see him open, shoot the 1-2, boom.
Don't get overconfident, okay? We're doing well.
Your feet are the key. But you got to throw the punches. You moving. You're not doing nothing in between. My bad, baby. Don't worry about it.
Canelo Álvarez, again, being interviewed by Mexican networks there after his victory. And, first time in the four-belt era that an undisputed champion has now defended their belts 3 times victoriously. For more on tonight's fight and what else,